All right, to save time and money and make it look nicer for my neighbors, I actually caulked in all these windows. You can't tell. See, I started ripping everything off. I caulked in all these windows, but this was crooked last time. So I put some more nails in and I put some goddamn stars in their screws. So I got these right here to try to get those 3 out, because this is gonna come off anyways and I'm gonna replace this. But you see all this is coming off actually, and a whole new wall's going up right here. But all those are caulked in there, so I'm gonna have to cut that off with a sawzall. I'll probably put some tape across the windows on the inside and then just cut it like that. I put plastic down in case anything falls over here on this other side. Normally I just use what I have laying around, and apparently a star is all I had laying around, so I don't know where the bit is, so this is gonna be 3 of these by hand like this. I replaced this 2x6 across the length here. Eventually, before, a long time ago, I went ahead and I lifted this beam right here and I supported that right there, and I got a 4x4 over here. So what I'm gonna do is I put these braces on to hold that 2x6. So now I got to take those off, and if this does fall down some, it's not going to fall down a lot, and I could just jack this back up. So I'm going to screw those off and then start hitting this 2x6 off. So I got a screw gun to get all these screws out. I'm not taking out the side, I'm just taking them off the ends right here, because maybe I could reuse them. All right, don't tell you, nobody tell you caulk ain't nothing. Look at this caulk. That caulk is like a solid piece of rubber holding that up all the way across. Okay, I did take all of them out because I was going to sister another joist to this, but look at, it's not even touching on some spots right there. It's not even touching. So I put this up a while back because this was actually completely rotted out where this whole corner was sagging. So I put the concrete, I put this with the lag bolts on top of it, and then I put this off the ground. You can do it. You know me, jack of all trades, master of none. You can do this too. Okay, this is actually a floorboard sticking way out here. That's completely gone. But we're gonna put a new 2x6 right here, and then butt up the new boards going up, and I'm gonna put a floorboard on the inside. So I'm gonna try to, before I replace this and get rid of this, I'm gonna get rid of this. It's nailed into here and it's held onto here, but the inside is already on 4x4 holding across the top. So this is caulked in really good. Let me tell you, that is caulked in really good. So the rest of this still should be supported, and that is right here, that's the main beam, and that's on that really good. So let's see what happens here. I'm gonna try to get this out right here, and hopefully the whole side of the house don't fall down on. Well, there's the problem. That's a 110-year-old 2x6. So these 2x6 are pretty much shot also. You see these right in here. So we're not removing those 2x6s. We're actually gonna pull all the nails out and we're gonna sister them right in here. We're gonna clean this up real good and sister all those 2x6s and put a new 2x6 in the end right here. And this is what's holding it in. Look at that. That's what's holding the 2x6 in right there. So I figure out what I'm gonna do with that. All right. Put a new blade on the Sawzall. These right here are on top of that. Those are not coming out right here. I'm gonna Sawzall each end of these, because now I'm gonna sister a brand new 2x6 on each one of these. I'm gonna sister a brand new 2x6 that's gonna sit on top of this right here. But I'll probably, actually I got some vinyl, or I'll mortar this in a lot better than what it is. Right now I'm just gonna use a Sawzall, and I'm gonna cut all these off right here with the Sawzall with a metal blade. Quick, Bob's your uncle. Okay, so I'm gonna hit in all these other nails that are split out right here, or pull them out, either way it goes. And then I'm gonna put in a sistered 6x6 or 2x6 on here. I'm gonna cut all this little bit out right here. I'm gonna cut that with the Sawzall, because I'm gonna have to get these, bless you, bless you, bless you, bless you. Get these put in here, even them with this, and then I'll go ahead and put the other 2x6 on here, because I'm not gonna nail the brand new 2x6 into these ones right here. Okay, now I'm back under the stairs. You can see through where the 2x6s go, and this is the one that I put up years back when I did that wall right there. So this right here, see, it's not even on that one. It's on that one. It's on that one all the way across. It's not even on these end ones. So that's sitting on the caulk, actually really good. I gotta clean this all out again. But you see, that's braced up on caulk. So I'm gonna put the other 2x6 in here right now and measure, because they're only gonna go up to right here, halfway. They're only going up to halfway on this 4x4. Oh man, it's upside down. They're gonna only go up to halfway on this 4x4, because the next span is gonna go to either all the way over there, or I'm gonna put another 4x4 to hold this all the way up. I am still gonna insulate, but with these double 2x4s, well, this looks like a 24-inch span anyways. So I'm gonna double these up, and the washer and dryer, that's gonna be more than enough with this 4x4, that 4x4, and double 2x6s here. It's gonna be enough. So I'm gonna cut all the 2x6s, whatever that length is. No, I can't. I gotta go from the end here to the middle of this right here, and then I'm gonna scissor all these joists. I got the liquid nails still. I'm gonna liquid nail these and then hit them together, nail them together. All right, you gotta be kidding me. So I cut the 2x6, and man, if it's perfect, the reality of it is that's how much the porch is leaning. Even though I got all this propped up and everything, when I propped it up, I just stopped it from falling further. So what I got is a 6x6 underneath the pile. I'm probably gonna put a 6x6 and a carjack, and to see if I can lift it up a little bit more before I go ahead and nail it in. All right, so I cut it. It's even, man, this is smack dab even with the wall. This one right here, I gotta shim because it's a little bit too far in. So I gotta shim that. But if you see, the actual floor is lower, so the 6x6s ain't lining up. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to jack it up a little bit and get a little shim to put back here, because that's off by, God, like, man, 1/8 of an inch. But I don't want to put the wood on here to nail it and then have a buckle right here, because that's too far in. But this one right here, I'm actually gonna mortar that in there. I'll mortar that in there. It's holding on that really good, but you see at one point the brick did chip from here. So let me see if I could jack this up a little bit. Man, there's so much stuff on the back porch. All right, don't try this at home, kids. I jacked it up. This one is perfect. This one goes a little bit lower. They go lower on the way back, but it's because the piece of board I jacked it up with. So I'm gonna cut this one and nail this one in right now, since this one right here is high enough. Call me crazy, but that's what my back porch is being supported up with by now. But you see, it shims down on the end. So what I could do is nail this one in place right here, right now. See how loose this is now? Because everything's lifted up right. So actually all these, I'm gonna measure this and jam something inside of here to hold it up. But I'm gonna put the first board in right now, measure that and get it put in. It's a 2x6. Epiphany. This is why you gotta think outside the box sometimes. I had that over here before because we had a wood burning stove in the back porch, okay? So now this is actually just swinging. This isn't on anything right now because I jacked everything up and I'm doing it right. But if I got 8-foot 2x4s and cut them in half, they're 4 feet. So I have the chance to move this back and center that between the two main beams. 1, that's what I'm doing. 2, let me show you what else I'm doing. Since this right here is flush right here, and you know this was a little bit too far in, so what I did is I pulled out this new 2x6 that I'm nailing in further out, so when I nail it, it's flush with this right here. Aha, more than one way to skin it. All right, kids, don't try this at home. I took down the 4x4. I was holding everything up. The jack is holding it up. And look at, with that little brace right there, I was able to push that up right there. What I'm gonna do is make sure this is as high as it could go. and then nail that in right there. Bear with me, I'm gonna try to jack it up one more time. If I can jack it up one more time, I'm good to go. I don't want it to fall down for what it is already. Okay, that's as good as it's going because I hear it crackling when I'm underneath it. Again, I'm running out of daylight here, and check this out. 500 nails, and now to my last one right there. I got one more to put in. I put the 4x4 back up. See the 4x4? But now it's more centered. It's eyeballed, it's centered, that's where it's at. And it's doing more support here for our purpose now than it was all the way by that line right there. Now it's all the way back here. I have all those 4x4s braced up. You know me, the shim king, so I do have shims on the rest of that. So with this 4x4 up, now I can lower that. All that is gonna fall down. I don't care if it falls down, but okay, sounds good. Well, it's coming down. You might hear some crinkling, but I got enough supports where if you hear my blocks fall, it's just what the jack's on.
All right, great.
Oh, that wasn't bad at all. That's everything on the supports. And that is the end of day 7. Man, I am going crazy trying to get this thing done. Every little thing in a 110-year-old house, any little thing I come across, I gotta reinforce. So I'm that back corner is up on the jack. That was the lowest part, so I'm just trying to even out the back. Everything else is up, and yes, a lot of that stuff is shimmed and holding well, I might add. We'll go around. I gotta go get more nails and another 2x6x8 and a couple more, probably 6 more 2x4x10s, and then we'll start bright and early again tomorrow, which will be day 8. Okay, there's not going to be any windows on this side, so this side is going to be a sheathed board all the way across, all the way to the top. I ran out of the other 2x6x8 foot right here, so this isn't in yet. I'm gonna caulk that in, not caulk it in. I'm probably actually liquid nail it in, or I'm gonna mortar it in. All right, but you see in here the wood floor is actually very deteriorated right here because this is where it was getting wet. So luckily I saved wood floor when we took another part of it out. So my goal for tomorrow for day 8 is going to be finish this one board right here, securing that, tearing all this out and reframing. So if we're going to go 16 on center, I can measure it out. I always do double into this: 2, 4, bottom 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I probably need 10 2x4 by 10 footers for this, because that's about 9.5 feet. But don't forget, on these I have to frame that I have to fill in that 5.5 inch thingy up there. And then on this right here, when I pull this off right here, I gotta see how straight this line is right here. Tap cons, more than likely I'll use tap cons for that with a hammer drill. Put some sealant, not some sealant, some liquid nail construction glue on it, put it against the wall, and then put 4 or 6 tap cons in that to hold it. But the tap cons will hold it, and the liquid nails and sealant will hold it pretty good. Probably 6 tap cons is what I'm gonna need. All this is gonna be all broken off this, and then when I put the filler in there, the sealant, then I'm gonna drill with a hammer drill into the screws and screw a tap con in there. Show you tomorrow on day 8. Bye bye.